show, we bring you the movers and shakers of South Sudan and the world over. We engage in debates and discussions that unearth the stories behind the news. And we have our light moments too by chit-chatting about issues that affect our day-to-day life. We stay right here on the Sundown. Join in and be part of the show on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. The Sundown, for the news, views, opinion, debates and discussions. Listen to who is who talking about issues that affect our country and continent. Only on the Sundown, your eye on South Sudan.
Hello and welcome to the Sundown Show on iRadio with me, Madrama James. Today is Thursday, the 24th of April 2025. The program comes to you Monday to Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. for a comprehensive look at the daily events, the latest information, in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews and exciting surprises. To be part of the show, call us on 0911-022-986-986 and for us a message on 0913-986-986. If you can't access the radio, we are also on Facebook, X, YouTube and more. You can also stream these broadcasts live by logging to our website at www.iradio.org. Coming up. The first National Trade Forum 2025 kickoff this morning in Juba under the theme Understanding Private Sector Challenges and Solutions for Sustainable Growth.
It's to create employment for its citizens and generate resources for the government through collection of taxes, for developing the public sector such as infrastructure, education, transport.
Well, in the first hour, we will break down what the forum is all about, and you will hear from the government officials and including influential people as well. Still to come, over 7,000 people displaced by recent fighting in Morobo County are urgently in need of food, shelter, and medical care.
As it is the rain season, shelter became a problem, and currently they have occupied the churches and the schools within the town, the ECS Church, the Catholic Church, the Pentecostal Church.
Well, we'll hear from the Commissioner of Morobo County, Charles Data, on the conditions faced by the displaced individual. And in northern Bahr el Ghazal, a peace conference on cattle migration between Dinga Malwal, Mesiria and Rizigat is underway in Awil East County.
ومش مسيرية ورزقات نحن أصل لو مشينا لو قمت معاكم أنا بلقى بناس دينكا هناك ولو مشينا أول اليوم بنلقى أول ده كله مليان رزقات ومسيرية.
Well, all these and more coming up on today's edition of Sundown Show. Stay tuned for this story. I am your host, Madrama James. Now let's have a break, and after that break, we will kickstart the show.
It is obvious that South Sudan economy is mostly controlled by foreigners. But where are South Sudanese? It is going to be my top priority to ensure that South Sudanese are encouraged to take charge of those small and medium businesses, to create jobs for youth, empower women entrepreneurs, and in order for us to take full control of our economic destiny.
Well, welcome back from the break. We begin tonight's program with a focus on a major event shaping South Sudan's economic dialogue. The first National Trade Forum 2025 The two-day event organized by the Ministry of Trade and Industry kicked off this morning at Radisson Blue Hotel in Juba. The theme of the forum is Understanding Private Sector Challenges and Solutions on Matters that Affect the Business Environment for Sustainable Growth. While it was expected to be officially opened by Dr. Benjamin Bolmel, Vice President and Chair of the Economic Cluster, the event was instead inaugurated by Honorable Atonkwal Manyang, National Minister of Trade and Industry. In a keynote speech, Minister Atonkwal reflected on the country's turbulent journey, highlighting the impact of conflict, flooding, and climate change, which have disrupted agriculture, weakened infrastructure, and show economic development. She emphasized the role of the private sector as the engine of the economy, saying it is time to strengthen the business environment to foster sustainable growth. Let's hear from the minister herself as she delivers her opening remarks.
Pleasure and honor that I stand before you today to welcome you to the first National Trade Forum under the theme to understand private sector challenges and find solutions on matters that negatively affect our business operations in South Sudan to enable sustainable growth. From the bottom of my heart, I would like to say thank you to all of you that attended. His Excellency Dr. Benjamin J, the Vice President and Chairperson for the Economic Cluster, was to officially open this forum, but could not be with us due to some critical official commitments. He passed his regards to all of you and wished you well with your contributions towards this forum. However, he asked me to open the conference on his behalf, hoping to join us for the closing tomorrow. I equally thank all of you, including my colleague ministers that made it as well, as those who could not come due to other commitments. We are all aware that South Sudan has gone through a series of conflicts, devastating floods, and rapid changing climate change, leading to mass displacement of communities within South Sudan and to neighboring countries of Kenya, Uganda, South Sudan, Ethiopia, as well as USA, Canada, and Australia, among others. This resulted to very limited farming, poor infrastructure, and undeveloped information and communication technologies, which have led into economic uncertainty, hindering development and economic growth. There is no doubt that economy is the backbone of any country, and that the private sector is the strength of any economy. A strong national economy will have a system of production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Further, it's to create employment for its citizens and generate resources for the government through collection of taxes, for developing the public sector such as infrastructure, education, transport, and provision of security, among other services.
Well, dear listener, we really do apologize for the quality of that particular audio, but for now, let's shift our focus a little bit as we shall come back and continue to hear more from that the Minister of Trade and Industry. Also in attendance was Honorable Kwaje Kao Madol, and as Secretary of Trade and Industry, alongside officials from various institutions. The Commissioner General of the South Sudan Revenue Authority, Mr. Simon Akwen, described the forum as an opportunity to showcase the country's untapped economic potential. Now, let's hear first from Simon Akwen, who is the Commissioner General of South Sudan Revenue Authority.
We have to shut the way for our country to deliver services both to the private sector and also to the public sector and to our people. The challenges that face the private sector are things that I have done for 20 years. I have advocated on behalf of the private sector and the Secretary General of South Sudan Chamber of Commerce for about 20 years since the inception of this country. And some of them are things that we are very obvious. Today I am a taxman. The rate we use to tax imports from outside. So that is one. Number two, only on the issue of fuel levies, we did not even use the Act in the first place. When we use the Act, the cost of diesel and petrol will go higher. That is why today, ladies and gentlemen, fuel and in Kenya and in Uganda, fuel in Uganda is expensive than the one we sell in South Sudan. Today, this month. And fuel in Kenya is almost equating the fuel that we sell here. Because we do not implement the Act, because we realize fuel is a very essential commodity that actually cut across the sector of our trade. It is not related to the money. But we want to make sure that all the money that you need as a ministry, as a state, let it stay in your account. Then you look for where to get cash. So that is the comfort that I want to tell you that you are contributing to the economy. Because this person who goes to work every morning need to be paid at the end of 30 days, which you are doing at the private sector. I think we can clap for ourselves for that. As I did, Honorable Minister, we will continue to look for ways to improve our tax systems, and one of them is to digitize. Very soon we'll introduce the ATR machines in our hotels and in our apartments and restaurants. Collect these little taxes that you pay every day. In Tanzania, there is a tax called Akile. That Akile is paid by the hotels. Everybody that check into the hotels pay $4.5 every day, for long as you stay in that hotel. And this is going to revenues of the government. Because government must survive to deliver services without endangering the private sector or doing business, but also make sure that there is money to pay for government obligations. So when things increase a little bit by the Act, I have the Act there. We are even the cars, because Seguzin, you hear a lot of noise about the car importers. Val is one of the people who import cars. It is 40%, according to that book, to 18.4%. But you know what they are doing? They are only charging 15%. Just to have a soft landing. And here the next act takes effect, 2025, 2026. So most of the things that you see, we have just increased a little bit. If we increase according to that book, some of you will not be able to import it. The irony is that even the tobacco is reduced. I don't know why the tobacco is doing this. It is a dangerous good. Alcohol is also reduced 50%. I don't know how many of you here take alcohol. These are the things that we should raise. And we reduce some of the essential goods. So I've taken a lot of time, my apologies, but let us work together to improve this sector. I encourage the private sector to raise more and more. All the associations, the Somalis, the Eritreans, Ethiopians, the South Sudanese that are here, you come to my office. We continue to discuss these issues. Our association of clearing agents are here. They are working together to see that things that are very expensive, we also reduce. Yesterday, there were medicine stuck in Mombasa, and we are trying to find a way how we can bring them. Because if you put it according to what you say, it is becoming too expensive. If we leave it, we don't tax anything from it. So people need to be realistic. When the other secretaries talk about single custom territory, you know what it means? There is a data which is in Mombasa. That data is from WTO. And we all chip into that data to be able to get the right taxes that you report with. So if you come with an invoice or you don't come with an invoice, it's not our business. There is a system which is already there. And we are all part of that system that is being used by the community. It's a regular community. So you can declare, like last time someone declared 10 containers for $10,000. We told him no way. When you put it into the systems, he was to pay over $500,000 for 10 containers. And that is why some of you are not comfortable because of that system. It is not my system, it is a regional system. And he's aware. That is is here. So I want to say thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for this forum. Thank you, ministers who have attended. We'll continue to engage. This forum needs to be more so that we can address issues that affect our people, our business community. Because what affects a business person automatically affects the system. Because it's there, it's a buyer. Thank you very much.
Well, you have heard from Simon Akwe, who is the Commissioner General for South Sudan Revenue Authority. Now, as we all said, that the event was attended by many key participants, including even Gloria Nyoka, who is the Director General of the Bureau of Standard South Sudan right here. Now, we really do apologize for some technical issues right here, and we are not in position to echo or relay for you the audio clip of that Gloria Nyoka and Minister Atongkwal. But now let's have this break, and after that we will give you that chance now to share your thought with us. Do you think the most urgent challenges facing the private sector in South Sudan and how they can be addressed? What are some of those urgent challenges facing the private sector, and how best can those challenges be addressed? That will be after this break. ففي نهاية بتاتجارية متأكدة شنو يالقاد بيلقى بزادنا سالقاد بيعملوا بيزنسز في جنوب السودان، ومشكلة لبارو كمان بقدر هيلو كيف زي في يوم بتاع الليلة hukuma bitena وبالذات وزارة بتاع تجارية وبعد برنامج بتاع First National Trade Forum 2025 بعد فاصل لتوالي.
بسمة للراديو الحقيقة اي راديو انتكم في جنوب السودان.
Yes, أنا تكوي في جنوب السودان 09 وايد ولا 22 9 6 9 6. Based on your observation as a business personnel, as a entrepreneur, what are some of the challenges you think are really facing the private sector, and how best can those challenges be overcome? Our studio lines are now open. You can share your thought with us. Meanwhile, the National Minister of that's Trade and Industry, Honorable Atongkwal Manyang, today opened the first session of the First National Trade Forum on behalf of His Excellency Dr. Benjamin Bolmel, Vice President of the Republic and Chair of the Economic Cluster. Now, Honorable Atongkwal Manyang, who is the National Minister of Trade and Industry, today opened the first session of this forum under the theme Understanding Private Sector Challenges and Solutions on Matters that Affect the Business Environment for Sustainable Consultation. In attendance were Honorable Joseph Gengakech, who is the National Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Onyoti Adigo, National Minister for Livestock and Fisheries, Honorable Amangar Buang, who is a Deputy Minister for Interior, Honorable Simon Akwe Deng, Commissioner General for National Revenue Authority, Honorable Kwajakau Madol, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Honorable Advisor Ban Gideon Mabor, Under Secretary of the Ministry for East Africa Affairs, Honorable General Kwal Deng Kwal, Under Secretary for Ministry of Defense, and Honorable Simon Yang, Technical Advisor of the Ministry of Trade and Industry. We have Honorable Gloria Nyoka, Director of the South Sudan National Bureau of Standard and others. Now, in a speech to the audience, Honorable Atonkwal appreciated the participant and expressed her gratitude. She officially declared the opening of the meeting on behalf of His Excellency Dr. Benjamin Bolmel, Vice President and Chair for the Economic Cluster. Honorable Atong stressed that trade is the backbone of the economy, and private sector is the strength of the economy as well. Now, the forum is to brainstorm solutions to issues affecting or facing businesses and trade. She added that there is a need for collaboration between the public sector and the private sector. On our part, Honorable Kwaje Kau Madol appreciated the Honorable Minister for Visionary Leadership, adding that the government plays a crucial role in enabling the private sector to thrive by creating a sustainable and predictable environment, fostering competition, and providing necessary infrastructure and services as well. Now, government also directly support private sector development through various means, including financial incentives, regulatory reforms, and partnership. For your information, now the Ministry of Trade and Industry is the lead trade and industry advisory agency of the government and private sector, responsible for formulating policies and promote the growth and development of our domestic and foreign trade as well. Now, having such a body on board, what do you think are some of the pressing or challenges facing the private sector in South Sudan today, and how can those challenges be addressed? 0911022986. Send for us a text message as well on 0913-986-986. Now, first to comment on that's our Facebook page right here. It's coming in from Dut is watching us from Eden, Juba, that for economic recovery or for us to boost our economy, government must invest in agriculture, road connectivity network, and support for young entrepreneurs. By doing so, our economy will eventually improve. Thank you. First caller, Hi Radio. Hi Radio. Hi Radio. Oh, quite unfortunate. Talisa Bagda Rija Mahanina fi Teriga Al-Kulita Gad Bainu fi Junuba Sudan de shikil mashakil yatu al-gad bielga tijarin wa mashakila del bihiluke bana bizikir fi occasion wide nas bugolian fi taxes bukun ketir etalo bukun der fata mahal besit kida ya shani tebiu sukar tebiu leben tabijali go nas city council BG وفي taxations كتير تبدافع وحاجات زيادة بارو كمان ناس بذاب جنوبين اللي businesses في جنوب السوداني هو بديسكارجمون فلو أننا إنه في رسالة البياتلا من كنا دود وفي إدن بذاب في جوبايني قال عشان كيف economy بتاعنا بريكافر وباوندز كمان بقدرين دقوا أول حاجة وقوما يكون بالا في زراعة يلا بعدين yafta shwari yala bat shwari kamani wadi gurush le nasa leramul business sini faraya bitaki bukon shinu bedha by radio wow shabaka bukon batal 09 wide 22 986 bedha bde shikil tuwajadi atu algad bielga tijarin fi junuba Sudan wa mashakila del bihilumon kef ay radio. واو نشيلوا أول فاصل يلا بعدين أنا بيرجع طبعا في مشكلة كانوا بسيط في خط كده ولا شنو أنا ما بعرف في شنو لكن بيرجع بعدين نسمع من ده كده راديو راديو إيمانويل بانادول
مرحبا
مرحب ما بطل
برضو أنا بقول the conference على ملو and challenges facing the business community in South Sudan. There are many challenges that are facing the business. Actually, we South Sudanese, we are rich. We have wealth. We have everything we have. But when you come directly to the market, you can find there's different prices in the market. That's one. Two, other challenges what we see, the city council, they have become a headache in the market. Ya sabab la hajat yani capital do ta business ma boss lu jato 1 million. Lakin o give demand 500. Imagine, gal de taxi sa city council 500 jolle ke dafa o jolle indi tarbe mungkin jibu kande kama bijibu suwalta sukaro hajat an kida ita bisiru 500 de mana ita kalas kasul business vito de na city council mone sabab jua suk de hagiga de kidwons city council umon indu kerigale tadilat guru saligera le hakuma firesita hakuma indu feri o delin albida fasikiu pitomon parao في حاجة الناس كلها أفهم في حاجة. So city council مولى سبب في السوق أصلاً. ثانياً insecurity develop بيخلي economy بواجا. بيخلي business بواجا. إيه حاجة عندنا مولو ما بيناجا. بيكون من ماسا. ماساكل الجوامو في 2025 they did a regional 0 level after ija kan nasu hajata ni o musakila o sakila da hasade regional 0 level be jamte je business community bika sakil malian tishari ya rabia ruo kifu der gurus le sawag le ta kunjata boda ya deru gurus fogo yala ana je businessman ana calculate expense al-samulu ishari dadiga ana jadda sala haja ka dokan badiga ana babu sunu calculation so ana jibu ko ke kam so manatu nina bi security ya saba bi dola kaji ija nina bi kele mukalanti ka agriculture wita agriculture awi yoni ya da ku morobo nasiga bidakil morobo kita kordo hajataki iya haja kulu asade nasiga tabani bidakil morobo de hata dinina before gal nina si dola ama si dola anena manatu anena hasade mamuru nasiga na de kebi de Sudan bara wala mati so nina asit gal nina before kalam ta economy economy kitana de nina der sunu tena wodi silate tena wodi silate na geni sawa na unite let us unite together
نعم
هي حاجه الجديد شنو حاجه بيكون في الدوله
شكرا
انا اسف كان ما ساكن حصل لي فوتيلو على جاتو مين بيدين ما حصل دي سيارات دي ناس في جغرافيا هنا ناس في جرا بايمان ده ما في مورو تبوما ده ما في مورو كل واحد nas kulu ga bishari nas kulu ga da moro so hata dinina before gal economy dinina yakara we as the leaders we are the ones doing the economic of the country
all right
we blame ourselves we blame the system of ruling that is wrong
all right
this country to come in reality forgiveness you need you forgot you call forgiveness you as the leader of the country. So currently, there is a lot of challenges facing anyone.
All right.
Even I know, Anamot Akile. Iyalta ujir, but this life is having challenges. إذا كان جلو سكان عنده كويس معناته الخيار بتاعك يكون كويس.
نعم.
So can be challenging. All the challenges you can stay out with your family.
Naam. Thank you so much. Dekan Emmanuel Panadolina fi Juba abugola shan kef economy bitena shanelga tager awal haja mudubita security ikun fi mahalu now via our Facebook page. Peter Nial from Bor Town, Jonglei State is saying, Yellow Madrama James, the first thing that needs to be done is security to allow the investors to produce goods that can boost our economy. Thank you. We have Denga Akech Wenbol is watching us live from Malakal, Upper Nile State. Thank you, my brother. You too can do the same. Who is streaming this broadcast live. Please text us exactly where you are also watching us from. Then we have AAA Atem from Mayana Bun, that's in Twitch County of Warabi State, that for us to address some of the challenges facing private sector. These are some of the things the government needs to address. One, security, road connection, youth must be empowered, agriculture should be prioritized, and all the above will attract investors to come to the country. Otherwise, without doing all this, South Sudan economy will continue to drop more and more. Now let's have this one. Still, hi radio?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, Madrama.
نعم.
مساء الخير.
مساء النور.
أنا إيمانويل دار من قطر.
مرحبا إيمانويل.
والله بجد يعني كلام ده كله ما بيعمل نفس يا مدرمة. اقتصاد بلد بيمسكوه باقتصاد بحاجات كتير. بلد كان داري يعمل الاقتصاد بتاعه كويس، بلد لازم يكون أولية بتاع الزراعة. الزراعة كان في الدولة الحكومة كان عنده الزراعة يا دولة بمشي قدام وحاجات كتير شركات مصانع.
نعم.
كل بلد ده بيمشي قدام الاقتصاد بيطلع دير مصانع، مصنع بتاع حديد، مصنع بتاع اسمنتي، مصنع بتاع زنكي، حاجات كتير. بكل الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان بيتمطوا. وجبال ده هو كله قاعد دير له كهرباء. ما كهرباء بتاع جنريتر، كهرباء بتاع فلة بتاعنا ده.
نعم.
بتاع نمولة هو في كروكي ده. لكن ما في زول قاعد يفكر في الكلام ده. ها؟ أنا بس قاعدين في الجنراتات وبيعوا بلد تعبان وربنا أنا خلاص بقينا دولة لازم يكون عنده سيادة. ها؟ زي يوغندا بيتمطوا بالكهرباء بتاعهم بيودوا في كينيا. ليه بتاعنا ده ما أسمع ما نجيبوا شركات من برا.
وبعد شوية بارو كمان من بيجيب نفسه كهرباء في جنوب السودان.
كهرباء ده كمان يجيبوا ده والله إننا منا الفائدة ذاته. كهرباء يوغندا ده كان جابوه ما إننا فائدة وإننا حقنا ليه ما بيعملوا؟ لازم يكون عنده مخ، ناس يكون ناس ماشيين زي بقر ما عنده فائده ده. نعم. بقر الناس تجرو سودان ما عنده فائده. يا قاعد يوم قاعد يلخبطوا قاعد يشكل مع الناس قاعد يكرب الزراعه. كده الناس يكون عنده مخ عشان بيقدم دوله زي الدكتور قرن كان دير يعمل رؤيه بتاعه. لكن الرؤيه بتاع الدكتور قرن ده ما في زول يشتغل به.
نعم.
يا الاقتصاد بتاعنا انتهى، ما في اي رؤيه بتاع حاجه كويس. أنا بكون تعبانين زي ده كان ما في حاجات بيعملوا يا مدرمة. أنا بكون تعبانين زي ده اقتصاد بتاعنا زي هم بس بيجوا كويس مننا في قروش يا قارف في بشوالات ما عندها أي فائدة.
نعم.
شكرا ما عندي كثير ربنا يبارك.
شكرا خالي سيما ونينا بمانا باردو أول ناشونال تريد فورم الإبدا في يوم الليلة في جوبا بيجيبوا جزء من تغيير لتم بونس نما في فيكتور لونج بغلم أول حاجة حكومة كدامولو كدامو ناقصو taxes المون قاعد بيشيلو ده طبعا ناس تجارين ده لو إتا شيلو قروش منهم كتير مواطنين يا بعدين بيلقى تاب ده فيا فيسبوك بتاعنا. هاي راديو.
الو.
أيوة. أيوة.
ويلي من لغوان.
ويلي ويلكم.
أنا استمع كويس زمن تعرفيه كمان.
نشكر ربنا.
كويس يلا تعرف طبعا الحكومة قاموا المؤتمر الجامعي الكبير ده كانت وقت اكتساب يعني أو بخصوص تجارة في البلد يعني.
نعم.
العامة والشخصي. لكن أنا شايف طبعا يعني بس تجارتنا طبعا دائما بيتكلموا ناسنا كبار بيتكلموا بيعملوا بيلموا يعني كثرا قريش تقيل ده ملوك مؤتمر جامعي كده عن كويس التجارة في البلد لكن كله ما منظم وما غير مغانا مشكل زي ذاته لكن الناس بيجابوا مثلا بيتكلم كلام زين ده بقولوا ماليه سجل شاب كويس هسه انا بقول ما منظم كده لا ما اللي بيساعد الناس اللي كان برافت ولا العامه ذاته وين البنك الزراعه كان بيساعد الناس ذاته يزرع لكن مرات فاضي للزراعه ده يزرعوا ما في بنك يودي لهم قروش يجيبوا جاسوا تكسرات يزرعوا لا تقدر بالسويه دارين قروش عشان يزرعوا ما في زمان ما كان في مشاريع كنويه كبار يعني جت التجاره كان بيساعد ذاته الجنوب ذاته كان تعويل كان في كوبويتا ولا كان وين ولا كان في محلات كله ولا كان في الرنج هناك كان بالعموم وزاره الزراعه كم كيلو هناك من بوديك بذور كم في البنك الزراعي بوديك القروش بوديك الفلوس عشان تسبوه لكن هذا زي وينه هذا في كم ناس مستثمرين جاي من برا سنجاوا مثلا كلام تاع التجاره في البلد وزاره الاستثمار في البلد بتاع رجال اجانب جا كنا ممكن عملوا كم مؤتمرات بالقروش ماشي الساعه وبيت ناس اسمه بيجاي وطلع بيجاي ما يشتغلوا بولا هذه يوم الليله ما في زول يستفيد من كلمات الناس اللي كان جفر بكويس التجاره التجاره ما تعتبر الاستثمار عشان بيقول انسان ذاته برا يلا بقوي دوله ثانيه انت بوديك القروش انت بيشتغل بو تكون قوي يا دوله بكون قوي يكون عنده في قروش لكن هو في ناس ضد الدارين يشتغلوا ما لقوا اي حاجه يسموه يسالبوا بس بعد ذلك يكلموا بس لكن بيكون لما حد ناس بينهم فوقه سبب بيكون انتهى بس انا بكون الليله مولا خلاص حضروا ناس رئيس الكتله الاقتصاديه حضروا المؤتمر الكبير زي ده بكره بعد بكره عربيه الترجمه بيكون ما في كلام ده ودر خلاص كله لكن ده كلام بس الورق فاضي بس ساكت يعني لكن لو كان في يشتغل بجد يعني كان كل زول ما في زول بيكون بيتعب ناس زول بيكون واقف مع حكومه بيقول لك اسمه بروس ما جابوه ولا هي ما جابوه بيكون بيشتغل شغل بتاع الفردي اصلا تجي الحكومه الان ما في طريقه لا ابني ذاته بطال والشغل ولا جت تديك تنزل ما في طريقه لك انت وانت كان ما تجيب البروغ من برا ذاته جماعه بيجاي وشنو بيجاي كلام كثير وانت كان جاي بيجاي حتى البروغ اللي تنقل البوجات اللي تكلموها زي كان تلقى بكره تلقى بس واحد نفرين كده بيشيل البروغ زي يلا بعد ذاك خلاص باقي لي انتهى
شكرا جزيلا ويلي ده كان ويلي في لولوغو بجاي أول نمشي في خصلة تجارية إلى بعدك لو نرجع وانينا بقدم بمناقشة في 09 وايد ولا 2298 بعد فاصل.
The Ministry of Health is conducting a commemoration of African Vaccination Week with a new vaccines introduction of measles, targeting all children aged between 6
to 59 months.
Take your child to the nearest vaccination center during the African Vaccination Week or the Big Catch-up campaign.
Good morning, Mama Mary.
Good morning, Mama Gloria. Where are you coming from this morning?
I had taken Gloria to get vaccinated against measles at the health center. She was also vaccinated with other routine immunization vaccines at no cost. Is baby Mary already vaccinated?
Yes, she was vaccinated last month. Does she need to be vaccinated again?
Yes, she needs to be vaccinated with at least 2 doses of measles routine vaccines at both 9 months and 18 months to be fully protected.
Really? I just heard from afar that there will be vaccination campaign during the African Vaccination Week, but I was not keen enough to get the details.
You know, measles vaccine is effective in preventing against measles and deaths in infants and young children. A lot of children were not vaccinated with the second dose. Some even travel without being vaccinated. I wouldn't want to see any child get measles.
I didn't know that measles is that serious, that it can cause serious disease, complication, and even death to my child.
Yes, measles is a life-threatening disease caused by the measles virus. The signs are cold-like symptoms: fever, cough, running nose, red watery eyes. Children who survive may experience a weakened immune system and a rare but severe brain condition.
Weakened immune system and severe brain condition? That sounds scary. How can I protect my child from this dangerous disease?
The only way for your child to be safe is when your child and all children in your neighborhood are vaccinated with measles vaccine.
I will do that immediately. Where can I take my child for this vaccine. I hope it's not late.
No, you are not late. Measles vaccine and all the other routine vaccines are available at all health facilities and designated health centers in your areas. Tell all your neighbors with children between 6 months up to 59 months to be vaccinated.
I'm glad you told me. I will take my child immediately to the nearest vaccination center for measles vaccination.
Bring your child to the nearest health center and protect them from measles and vaccine-preventable diseases. A vaccination card will be given after and should be kept safely. Continue to breastfeed a child with measles and give the child nutritious food. This message is brought to you by the National Ministry of Health with support from WHO and UNICEF.
The Sundown, for the news, views, opinion, debates and discussions. Listen to who is who talking about issues that affect our country and continent. Only on the Sundown, your eye on South Sudan.
Welcome back from the break. If in case you have just joined us, you are most welcome. You're listening to the Sundown Show on iRadio with me, Madrama, and today we are focusing on the first National Trade Forum 2025, the two-day event organized by the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Kick off this morning at the Radisson Blu Hotel in Juba. The theme of the forum is Understanding Private Sector Challenges and Solutions on Matters that Affect the Business Environment for Sustainable Growth. Now we are asking you, do you think, what do you think are the most urgent challenges facing the private sector in South Sudan today, and how can those challenges be addressed? Couple of you have shared in your opinion and keep them coming. I will go through some of them via that's our text message slot, and those who also will be reaching us via that's our live call. Let me hear from this. Hi radio. Hi radio. Hi radio. Hi radio.
Hi radio, how are you?
Community advisor.
Yes, me community advisor from both.
Welcome.
Let me appreciate the topic of today. And what I know, it will not happen when the local investors and international investors compete together. When you compete with a person who have a lot of money, he try his level best to lift you up and to be controlling that space at that moment. What I know, here in Dawla State Board, we were having a lot of investors, which is wholesalers, local wholesalers here, and we have international wholesalers. But now, you will go and get only 2 people, and all others are off, because they were competing with international investors, in which they cannot afford to manage to compete with those people. If I brought bean, they reduce all prices of bean within whole market of Marol, and my price is to be high. No one will come to me until I will sell according to their will, and they raise other commodities which are not with me until they will get profit from there, and I get lost until I will go back home with empty hands. So what I know, if the government of South Sudan will sit down and will bring law to govern and to regulate the market, is whereby the local investors will rise again and again. And if they cannot, they will not do so, such a thing. So let the government of South Sudan bring law and to regulate market. Now we are in free market economy, whereby the buyer and the seller are the controller of the market, in which I will sell my at the high price and you sell yours at the low price, whereby no one will come to me and they will go to you until now you see dollar rate. dollar rate is moving from today and tomorrow, is going up and up and up. It's because government is not do their part, and they used to say we will do it. I don't think this is a cool war among those politicians. There are politicians think to lower the government which are in power now, and there are other groups think they will win. Is what is paining us. When these two big elephants fight, the grass can suffer. We, the citizens, we are the ones suffer. So I don't think our government of South Sudan take care for our life. If they take care for our life, let them sit down and regulate the market within a short period of time to lower the price of dollar to 30,000 pounds, is whereby all commodities will go down, because they used to say we buy a dollar for 650,000 pounds, in which we cannot manage to bring commodities from there. So although there is a low rate, low taxes to be given to them, they still complain about the dollar rate. So let the government of South Sudan to use either to use dollar to be their currency, or to eliminate dollar as not their currency. And if they will allow these two currencies to work together, let them allow Trump to be the president of this nation, because Trump with their money will move together, and President Salva Kiir with his pound of heart will go together. And I don't think they will win. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, community advisor. And I also strongly believe it's very difficult to eliminate dollar. Why? It's a global currency. And instead, it's up to us to now lay some good strategies on how best we can control the economy. Many of you have reached out to us via our Facebook page. For example, I've got two prominent writers, and I really like also the way they are sharing their thought always. For example, we have Gordon Riak Malek. He's saying, Yellow Eye Radio, the main issue we encounter is the excessive taxation at various checkpoints, especially regarding food product. A viable solution would be for the government to ensure security for investors and to lower or abolish specific taxes, particularly for local commerce, in order to promote economic development. Thank you so much, Gordon. You are always with us. And then not forgetting Angelo Ball. Thank you so much, my brother. According to you, the only way we can overcome these economic challenges is to have peace among ourselves first, and having peace, we can make sure that the country have a total disarmament. With this matter, our government also wanted to construct the road. It's talking about road connections so that our local farmers can be having access to their items to the market as well. Thank you so much. Let me hear from this now. iRadio. Quite unfortunate. iRadio.
Madrama James.
Are you?
Engineer Moses.
Engineer, welcome.
Madrama James. Ana bisalam alaikum. Sira Martin mitakal amir mak.
Shukran.
Nas gari kilim be kalam da economic ya Madrama. Economic first priority, they are many first priority pidola. So map ya many pidola, mana yal bukunta bani, al citizen ta dola bukunta bani. A dola de ma dola ta siyasin. Al siyasin de nazar bishakala lela bar bukura man bamshi. Akin arna sana al siyasin dana ma faz be beyal betuman among gari amsugin alawul haya al backbone ta dola da agriculture akin agriculture bu kuy ke ya Madrama taban lo map ya menia agriculture ma bu kush lo map ya menia al shuari ma bu salaw zato ay haja kulu dara menia ya Madrama taban al tajir wam ci bi haja kan bu speed fogo
naam
ma bu haja kan bu ligi loss yan taji bijibu haja lo woso fi dukan buto alela de u ba go ted ba moli sabat 1 2 3 de shunal u fad fogo u de shunu bukun firazu kan bukun ligidi al profit fogo al taban de motan ya taban ya madarama anina motani bugam min bet kanini bamji bisu bubi haja yani tabanin zato taban ai tajir ba sa haja firazu motan ma ba sa haja fi le hukuma ma ba sa le hukuma ba sa haja bele motan dado ya taban ya madarama
so
ya taban kale so war bori le hukuma tana de ma kyane ya man gada su mar hadiyo man gada su mar hadiyo diamond chap gari kore biya bejan chap gari kore be mishila tayan chup kala da katul kam nafar ya madarama kala da barawo katul kam nafar yan katul alab de ma mumkin fi dola zede ayan bejay jan bejay chunu bejay de ma bakun ko ya madarama kede na sana kede ya go tet kan man bi shuf kalam da in konin migde asa dollar machin badde mo al maji fi bar
jari bes
bar ta bamse pirazu maji bas ya sa wata dollar machi bas de mo al fi bar kulu fi dollar de asa de fi makan dollar ba got fogo akin al belet ana de dollar machi bas bukora kede na man dare ne ta dollar de biga food fi raznas so de hajan bori le Benjamin Bolmen amdullah ta rujala mal ita lo jabita zede shuf kalam da dollar de katul beled ya madarama katul beled kulu
shukran jazilan shukran engineer na kiru ana kiru salta ka wasal kalam bita dolare baru bagdera go private sector wa kuna engineer Moses Bugulo fi thriga lazim mushkila bita dolare ya nasma min da radio Diang.
Yes, how are you, brother?
I'm okay.
It's actually a topic of discussion.
I am moving by the roadside. That's why I was not able to
I thought maybe you're also flying somewhere to Addis Ababa or Ethiopia.
I was not.
Welcome.
So, actually, you have got very sensitive topic of discussion. And I wish that our views are taken serious. But still, even if they are not taken serious, we have to put them. Economic stability in this country only needs political will. That's one. So, if there's political will that the leaders wanted to stabilize the economy, it will happen. Number two, it needs security. It puts security. And that security will never be good unless otherwise, when their security sector is well paid, because the soldiers are given this money in time, and they are able to protect the properties of the citizen with the loyalty and patriotism, so that will guarantee economic stability itself. Because when there's security, the investors will flow in. Because the country now is security stable. There's no conflict, nothing, no robbery. So the investors, the real investors, not the opportunities of our poor economy, the real investors who know what is meant by investment. Because there are investors who need help, who come and invest and able to actually give the income, supply income to the, what is called small scale business. They can give them the income in order to multiply, and it's part of the investment. That one, if there's a good security, then now we guarantee economic stability, and security will never happen. And this also need political will from leaders to supply what? Security. And the third of it is that it needs citizen unity. So there is another problem here. South Sudanese are not united. So if people need to unite themselves, people need to come together. People need to understand that we own this country. Wherever you are, you need to own it. And if you own it, you need to be resistant of the enemies of your own progress. And this is, if there are communities who are against other communities, those communities have to resist those communities and avoid conflict. you will get that if people are united, people will now go to farms and cultivate. This is how agriculture comes in. And then when people cultivate now, this is the diversification of economy itself. Together, the citizens are able to produce their own food.
Sure.
And the purpose of it is now, it needs a government to actually produce, because production is not agriculture itself. Production also, you need to have industries, manufacturers, and the other things. So these are the things that we need to do together, and you will see that our economy is booming, and it will never boom unless otherwise the 4 points you put around are put and are implemented, and all of us have a role to play.
Thank you.
So that we achieve them. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Dian Deng. For now, Dian Deng should be my last caller. But there are some other good initiatives. For example, in other countries, youth are given loans at a reduced interest rate. And we have banks here in South Sudan. Can we also adapt that? Let's think about it. More especially, these loans are given to youth who have ideas, business ideas, and they will invest in it. Otherwise, thank you so much for sharing your thought with us. We have been taking a look at some of the major challenges facing the private sector in South Sudan today and how best can those challenges be addressed. I have been your host, Madrama James. Thank you.